Why is it that every year I see the same thing? People talking about changing their life, leaving their old life behind, but every time we get to the end of the year, nothing's changed. Seeing this over and over again has led me to ponder lately, like, is it even possible for people to change their life? And moreover, is it possible for people to dramatically change their life in just 1 year? And if it is, why don't people do it? And I think that I've concluded that everybody in life wants change, but very few people know how to make dramatic change and actually make it stick. And to be honest, we can see that plain as day in everyday life. Every year, around New Year's, searches for New Year's resolutions skyrocket. Then you see this slew of social media posts with people talking about they're gonna change their lives and leave their old lives behind. Now, why do you think that happens? And I think it's because New Year's gives people hope. I think it gives people a fresh start. It gives them a chance to go out and create the life they've always wanted or become the person they've always wanted to be. And every New Year's, millions of people set out to do just that. Become the person who's consistent, become the person who's confident, become the person who's good with girls, become the person who's makes six figures. These are things that people set out to do, yet every year at the end of the year, people look back on their life and see that nothing's changed. So that begs the question, why is it that so many people want change in their life, but they can't change or don't change? My name's Glasgow. I'm a big black man who rides a unicycle, ex-college football player, NFL reject, and I've decided to dedicate my entire life to self-improvement. And subscribers to this channel are people who want more out of life and want to unlock their full potential. Now, I can look at you guys honestly and say that I have changed my life dramatically in just 1 year several times, whether that was me going from an unrecruited piece of shit, nobody high school football player to earning 10+ scholarships, or me almost getting fired to becoming the #1 sales rep in a billion-dollar company. I would say I know a little bit about how to change your life in 1 year. And if you spare me just a few minutes of your time, I'm gonna show you guys the exact steps I've used to change my life in 1 year several times. And if you guys take this serious and you implement them, you will never have to look back at your life and be miserable again. So in this video, I'm gonna be kind of stern with you guys, and everything I say, and I do mean everything that I say going forward from this point on, means absolutely nothing if you don't do these two things first. You have to believe that changing your life is actually possible, and you have to want that change for yourself. And guys, if you don't have that or plan on getting those two things, then you should really just click off the video. I mean, seriously, every year there are thousands of stories of these things happening. People going from zero to hero, people going from homeless to millionaire. This type of stuff happens all the time. But the truth is, those people are no different than you. They're no different. You need to believe right now that change is possible for you, and you need to make the decision starting now that you're gonna change your life this year. There's something crazy about making a concrete decision. There's something crazy about declaring you're gonna change your life. I don't know, it's almost like the universe gets out your way and even starts to work with you. Okay, and so now that we've gotten those things out the way, now that we've covered that intro, let's hop into the 4 steps that I truly believe, if you take serious, will help you change your life in just 1 year. At its core, a life audit is simple. It's just a way to check in with yourself. Check in with where you're at, where you're headed, where you're going, and line it up and see how it matches to your ultimate goals and dreams that you have set for yourself. I've always said, if you don't have some kind of awareness of where you're at, then ain't no way in hell you gonna know where you wanna go. I recommend that you do some really deep reflecting on these 4 major areas of your life: health, finances, relationships, career. And really look at it, guys, really evaluate it. I want you to see if you are where you want to be in those areas of your life. And if you're not, why aren't you there? Keep it real with yourself. Warning, most people will not actually do this. Why? Why, Glass? Because it's hard. It's hard to sit down and do critical thinking and actually look at your life objectively and see that you're not where you want to be. And then it's even harder to identify and admit to yourself the reasons why. That's why most people won't do this. But if you can do this first step, and I mean really give it all you got, it is gonna set you up for the rest of these steps really well, and you're gonna have a great 2022. After you've done your life audit, the next step is for you to set a goal. I know this seems cliche and everybody says this, but guys, I cannot overemphasize how important it is for you to set a goal. Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, once said that to the person who does not know where he wants to go, there is no favorable wind. And the sad thing is, most people spend their lives as drifters, just drifting from one thing to the next, always going down the path that somebody chooses for them and never choosing the path for themselves. Guys, setting a goal for yourself is high key, very important. And a few things happen to you when you get very, very clear on what you want. Number one, the universe either moves out your way completely or it starts working with you to get it. And honestly, if that's a little too magical, number two is your brain, instead of being distracted by every shiny object and getting shiny object syndrome, it's going to focus the majority of its energy on the goals that you've set for yourself. And now it's always going to be constantly working on the background to help you figure out how to get those goals and help you figure out how to reach them. Guys, I have been setting goals for years now, and I can honestly look at you and say that is one of the main factors and the reasons why I've been able to accomplish some of the things that I have. Bonus tip, pick a goal, but pick something that's pretty big. I mean, slightly out of your reach, big enough that is going to inspire you to actually take action. Now, this is probably the most important step of this whole deal, guys. Once you figure out what you want, you need to pick one impact area at a time and focus on that. And I mean just that. Seriously, bro, a big reason that people never get a chance to change their life is because they never stick with one particular thing long enough. They want to be everywhere doing everything. And I'm gonna be honest with you, zoom in on me. That shit just don't work, bro. And I had to learn that lesson the hard way. Guys, I learned that lesson by going on a Tinder date with a business coach. And at this time in my life was in complete shambles. And the reason was I had my hand in literally everything. I was doing my full-time job. I was learning to trade Forex. I was doing network marketing. I was trying to do YouTube. I was just trying to do everything. And that's probably a big reason why I was not successful at any of those ventures. But what I didn't know is that night, everything was going to change. That Tinder business coach took a napkin and she drew this on it. And then, I don't know, it was like all of a sudden everything clicked for me. I actually still can't believe I got the most life-changing advice I've ever received from a Tinder date on a napkin. That shit crazy. But anyway, after she drew that on the napkin for me, I ended up becoming the #1 sales rep at a billion-dollar company, guys. And me just focusing on my career at that time gave me the finances and the freedom and the flexibility to now start doing some of the stuff that I've always wanted to do, like focusing on YouTube and doing other things like that. Trust me, guys, just focus on one thing at a time. One thing at a time, please. We finally made it, the last step. For those of you that made it this far in the video, I know you really want it, so kudos to you on that. But the last step is for you to do. It's for you to create daily habits and a process that will systematically lead you towards your goal. Now, I say systematically because the systems in which you go towards the goal is almost more important than the goal itself. Let me explain. Did you know that 80 to 90% of the actions that we take on a daily basis are subconscious? Meaning we are not actively aware of the actions that we're choosing to take most of the time. I want you to do an audit of your week right now. Yes, right now, I want you to take a look at your week. Tell me how many of the actions that you took this week actually led you to your goal. I'll wait. I would go as far as to say that it's not going to be a very high percentage of them. You see, we got to be aware of that. So that is why you need to create daily habits, processes, and systems that are going to lead you to where you want to be. Think about it. If most of our actions are unconscious, then at least if we're going to be taking those actions, why not program them to be leading us automatically to our goals instead of away from them the way they're set up right now? And before we wrap this up, it's almost just as important to monitor those habits, those processes, those systems that you set up for yourself. Guys, the line to success, the road to success is not a straight one. The first plan that you make is not going to get you to be a millionaire, get you to be a billionaire. It just don't work like that. I'm telling you guys, this journey is not going to be a straight line. So you need to be able to objectively look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and be able to measure it, be able to track it, and see if it's actually helping you go towards where you want to be. And if it's not, you need to have the flexibility and adaptability to change that and get on the path that is taking you towards your goals. So guys, that's almost just as important. Anyway, guys, those were the 4 steps that I truly believe if you take them serious and you implement them, they will help you change your life in just 1 year. But as always, guys, if you found value in this video, come on, help your boy out. I'm trying to grow this channel. Go ahead and hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, join the gang, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. You know what it is. Your boy Glasses out. Peace.